Chapter 12. The very big, very deep hole. We have no choice but to surrender. The story police arrest all of us, including the filling monster, and marching us toward the beach where the boat is waiting. Where are you taking us? To see your old friend, says Joe. See your old friend, Judge Pumpkin's guns, says the chief. She's not a friend, said Joe. She's sentenced us to 1 billion years in prison. It would have been better for her if you stayed there. This time you should probably going to stand into zillion years. But why I am under arrest, says the monster. Because you're about to cut everybody out. Big pair of scissors, says the chief. Young children may be reading this book. Prepare even bedtime. They didn't want to see people being cut into pieces by a monster. It could get them terrible nightmares. Now stop arguing and scan down and get the boat with the other prisoners. As we climb to the boat, we see that the other prisoner are an old man, Eamon, bent over the double, a woman with the frizzy furry hair, wearing a flower pot on his head, a moose in the doctor coat, and an angry-looking man with a really big red nose. Excuse me, said the man with the big nose. You seem familiar. Have we met before? Of course we have. You clone, says the man. It's me, your publisher, Mr. Big Nose. I should have guessed you two had something to do with this. I'm a busy man, you know. I haven't got time to arrest for crimes that I didn't even commit. You publish their books, says Chief. You're just, says the chief. You just have to explain them as everybody. You should have checked them more thoroughly to make sure they didn't break so many story rules. I didn't know there are story rules. Says Mr. Big Nose. I argued after law, no defeat, says the police chief. But what about us? Says the moose. Who? I'm amazed they're really on only Dr. Moo, other of the splat in the hat. Why have Beatrix party, Bruce Bendback, and I been arrested? Because, says Chief, your books break lots of rules too. I believe the children of the work distribute better. Really, what sort of lesson is everybody supposed to learn? Splat, and feeling monster? Well, says Peter Buckley, children can learn a lot of fun about nature from my book. For not example, some rabbits poop a lot. And, says Bruce Benback, where the vile things are, teach children that even through the piece, everything has a piece, that place may not usually be that finding cabinet drawer. My book just won't be funny, says Dr. Moose. I want to make my reader laugh because after all, laughter it is the best medicine, and I should know because that's being the writer and illustrator, and also quit doctor. I'll tell to the judge, says the chief. But I don't have time to tell to the judge, says Mr. Big Nose. I'm a busy man. So am I, says the chief. I have 8 prisoners to deliver to the judge, and that's exactly what I intend to do. Sorry, everybody, I said. It's all my fault. I should never tried ending Terry Dumdod's story. With all of a sudden we woke up and realized it was all just a dream. That was to arrest the story police that in the first place. Don't behave yourself, young fella, says Scrooge coming back. What do story police know? Some of the most famous books in the world, and ended up walking up the river, and all just a dream. Alice's adventure is wonderful. For example. And don't forget the Wizard of Oz, says Mr. Party. Thanks, I says. That makes me feel a lot better. Do you think I should try again? No, says Dr. Moose quickly. Twice in one book might be a bit much. Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Says you. Well, says Mr. Big Nose. The way I see, we've got 5 others and 4 illustrators here. You lot should be able to come up with the creation stolen our problems. Thoughts, says Terry. They make great holes, remember? Holes, I said. In a boat? Are you crazy? We'll sink. That's what we want, says Terry. If sink the boat, the story police won't be able to take to jail. Quick, Rolls, Dr. Moose, and Beatrix. Help me draw some dots in the bottom of the boat. The more we can draw, the faster we'll sink. With pleasure, says Mr. Foxy. Beatrix. I love drawing dots. Me too, says Dr. Moose. Let the wind dotting begin. While dotting begin. It's not long before the water gets stirred all slowly and dotted. Evan Sharp, yelled the troop. We are sinking to the water. Up and ship. They all jump aboard to the splash of the back and turn to shore. We jump ourselves into the sand. Yay, says Terry. My plan worked. We escaped from the story police. Well, yes, I said, but not for long. Look, they're coming. Terry turned and sees the story police having told us. Don't worry about it. I've got an idea for another story. That this one is really good ending. Terry clears up and begins narrating. Once upon a time, there's an island. Terry, Andy, Jill, and Mr. Big Nose, Dr. Moose, Beatrice, Party, Bruce bent back, and filing monster were the surrender by the large angry story police who wants to arrest them and push them into the storytelling jail for a zillion years. So the brave hero Terry drew the dot. And the dot got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he got searched out and got even bigger and deeper and bigger and deeper. And it became a really big hole, really deep hole, and the story police fell in. And they live all happily ever after. The end. I'm not happy. Me neither. Or me. Get off my face. Arise, says Dr. Moose. We all, the storytellers of the world, are free to tell whatever story we want to fear the story police. Terry peels off the hole to the ground and gives the filing monster. You might to file this under age for holes, he says. I'd love to, says the monster. After I've done, I'll get on filing the rest of the island just in the way it was. Please don't file the animals, says Joe. They don't like it. Or trees, I say. Or rocks. Or sand, says Terry. What? Says the monster. You mean I should just let them all lie around in the big mess? Yes, said Joe. It's called nature. And it's the way it meant to be. But I'm a feeling monster, says the monster, looking sad. What will I do if I can't file? Well, said Mr. Big Nose, I could use an extra feeling monster like to do in my office at Mr. Big Nose Books. At Big Nose Books. Oh, that would be wonderful. Wonderful, says the monster. I always wanted to get into publishing. It started with P, one of my favorite letters. Terry giggles. P, he says. So, said Mr. Big Nose, what happened now? I need to get back to work. I'm a busy man, you know. And you need the book done in by 5 o'clock today. Or else. We can all some home and your thought. Can we, Terry? Says Jill. No, I say. It's not there anymore. One I bet stole it. I hate pirates. I hate pirates. Sniffs Terry. What are we going to do? Said Jill. How will we get home? Terry stuck in his chin and thoughtfully. If only we had a cane basket, he said. A little bit of fire, and then get inflatable dot and turn into hot air. I have some fireflies under F and the filling, says the filling monster, and the cabin basket under the B, and the basket under the B. Here you are. Thanks, says Terry. Terry throws the thought and adds to the basket. Everybody, climb up, he says. We all piled into the basket, and Terry used her inflatable the thought as the thought began to raise into the air, rope ties into the ground. Dr. Moose and Beatrix and I could help, said Beatrix. After all, we can all write the illustrators. Write and illustrate. Of course, says Dr. Moose. You know what they say. Many have make light work. I can't agree more, said Bruce. I love to visit your treehouse. I read so much about it. And I'd like to go meet your animals, Jill, says Mr. And they would love to meet you, says Jill. They were big fans of your book. Well, settled then, I say, as the hot air dot raised up into higher and higher. You look and visit hell, our book. Up, up, and away, says Terry.